Okay, so I went ahead and I tried the chalk. We got a little chalk right there on the bird. After you kind of refine it a little bit. See the chalk there, and then chalk it up on the hat. So you're looking at, this is where the foot is gonna rest, okay? And this is actually how that's gonna line up, right around there. If you look at, you're lining up the two lines, okay? And then what you do is you can compare how they actually sit, okay? So, what you do with this guy, you're ready to rock and roll now, but you're not gonna spackle the patch right away. What you're gonna do is, knowing damn well now where your line is, you're just gonna go straight down the middle, but not edge to edge, just enough where you can stick this guy and still make slight adjustments. You have less than a minute to do it, okay? So you kind of have to do it. When you get it, you're gonna get it just right about there, okay? That's where he rests. You can see the line goes across. Okay. Just kind of hold it. And you're doing it to flatten out the glue. You don't want to see any glue pop out. If you see glue pop out, just remember that's going to be a pain in the ass for you later. Okay. Give it a minute. Compare the two if you want. It's not too late. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good, more or less. Okay. Just remember to adjust it a little bit up this way. You're going by the bird on the old hat to the new hat. Okay. Put this one away now. That one's ready to be recycled. Okay, now this should be dry. So now you can actually flap back and forth. So, not overdoing it. Not overdoing it, okay? You want to make sure you get in there with your glue. And use drops if you want, versus just going a full spackle. Okay, just on one side. Don't worry about the stringies. Okay, don't worry about the stringies. They're gonna come off later. Okay. Be more concerned about the lines. Now start sticking this guy down. Okay. You don't have to mush the shit out of it. You just have to smooth it out. One finger top, one finger bottom. Kind of work it out. You don't want that glue popping out on the sides. Okay. Remember this is gonna come off. The chalk's gonna brush right off. See? It's gonna brush right off. You can do it with a little wet paper towel, a little Q-tip, whatever. As long as you got that line, you know, it's going right through there. You do the same for the other side, but just to give you an idea. Okay? It looks like a little bit of the glue might have permeated. I'm not sure. Have any little prying to it? No, it's just caca. No big deal. Okay. You can see because it's black, it's still gonna look like a patch. So go ahead and finish this part up, and then we're gonna go into the stitching. Okay, now the hat is glued. Now, if you're actually satisfied with the way this looks, me personally, I'm not. But maybe you are. You're done. Okay. You can see it's pretty close to the hat itself. It's not really picking up at any spot, except for here at the edge of the tail. Might want to just give it just a tiny dab. In my case, I'm just gonna give it a little dab there. Not much, because we don't want. Again, we don't want the glue to will kind of pop itself out, rear its ugly head, because then it's going to make it really hard to stitch, and then it could give it an uneven look as well. Okay, look, thumb. Okay. At this point, what I would do is just probably wait a few minutes, let it dry, get some of this extra shit out of here. This is just, you know, extra shit. Lint and cotton that sticks. I'll go pick that fucker up later. Okay. If you're happy with that, then you're done. Okay. It's a done deal. I'm not. I'm gonna go the extra mile. So we're gonna do the little bit of stitching on it the same way we did the rear patch to give it that more embossed look, and then take a good look. Okay, the way you see it now. I'm gonna do that. I already showed you how to do it the first time. In the back here, it's the same exact trick. The only difference is you will see this back here in the backing. There's no way around that. And there is one thing I did fail to mention. There is one part of the original hat you will not be able to salvage. The gray bill. So if you love the gray bill, you're kind of destined to it, you know, be stuck with this. Which means you can't wear it. You won't be able to wear it, it's too small. It's messed up, whatever. If you really want to go that far out, I mean, more power to you, man. I would not use this. I would probably get some gray fabric and use some tacky glue for fabric. You know, spread it nicely and put your gray fabric, cut it to fit here. If you really have to have that gray bottom. I'm not that anal about it, so I'm not gonna do it. But other than that, we'll get to stitching, and then remember what this looks like, and then you'll compare it to what it looks like stitched. Alright, so here's the finished product. You can see. You bring back out your little mustache comb and you trim over any little, like, you know, flicks of string that might pop up. But as you can see, pretty much done. That's what the inside would look like. I'm not anal about it. Some people might want to put more backing. I wouldn't suggest it unless you want the hat to be hot as hell. You trim away this little excess string. You ask yourself how many times you go over it. Well, as many times as it takes. But this should give it that embossed look. Something like this Orioles hat. Obviously, this is a much thicker thread, but you know, it's going to give it more of that look than that stuck on patch look that you saw before. As you can see, clean, fresh, new hat, synthetic material, and this should pretty much last you forever. And you are now ready to wear your new hat. So if any of you wondering what you do with the old hat, it's quite simple. You can recycle the material. Remember that this is an heirloom, it's a family heirloom. Think about what your loved one would have wanted you to do with it. If you can't wear it or keep it, or, you know, better than storing it, recycle it. Put the fabric back into good use. There are drop boxes now that do accept old clothes for recycling. And, you know, it's better that you put it back into circulation, that it may live once again. It's kind of like what you do with leftover old car parts. Do the same. As you can see, look at that bird. Looks embossed and beautiful, man. And if you want to flip it around, you go ahead and you flip it around, wear it back like your King Griffey Jr. in the Home Run Derby. So any questions, comments, concerns, you know the drill, let me know. This is your boy C, saying thank you for stopping in. Thank you for checking out another episode of C's Retro Garage, C's Retro and Garage. And remember, as always, to stay safe, be geek, kind one to another. And peace out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Rest in peace, Scott Hall.